Nerd Soul.
Yeah. Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. Oh, you best believe it. It's time to get into that anime, Sean. And that's right, we got some esteemed colleagues up in here. We got both of them. That's right. The dynamic duo of the South with us. I'm gonna go first. All right. You know this man from way back. That's right. I give to you, Mark Dub. What's up?
What is going on, people? It's Mark Dub, part man, half amazing, spicy like that Creole, not the Cajun. What's good, y'all?
Oh yeah, yeah. And we also have, all right, the man, all right, with the master plan. All right, this dude right here be providing literature to young and old. I give to you, Coop DeVille. Keith Cooper, what's up?
What's up, y'all? This pod will also be on the Burge platform. Check us out on various platforms that where you listen to your fine podcasts. And of course, we're here to talk about some new the summer season, other things, multitude of stuff. And catch me out in New Orleans very soon. Actually, sorry, August 24th, Baton Rouge at effing, my mind's slipping today, y'all. So if you're in Baton Rouge, I wanted to get that out to you first, to let you hear. Got one more week, come check us out.
All right, okay. Now, I'm a go on and start it off. All right, with the show that I have continued to enjoy and enjoy it even more now because I feel like our crew may be complete. I'm going to give some love to the one and only. That's right, the Elusive Samurai. All right, give it up, y'all. Elusive Samurai is out there doing big things. Much love to the Elusive Samurai. I ain't even going. I'm not even going to try to withhold the love that it deserves. The Elusive Samurai has been full of animated quality. The drawing skills have been on point, and the sheer fluidity of the movement has been impressive, especially for just a regular old TV show. These guys are swinging for the fences. What is it, Cloverworks?
Yeah,
and I salute them.
I feel like it's Cloverworks, and Cloverworks went outside of Cloverworks and got other people to help. Like, I ain't saying Cloverworks.
You said they cheating on the test.
I'm saying they like whoever put the word out. Elusive Samurai better be cold.
Man,
I feel like they allocated their whole budget and time and got some extra help for whoever needed to work on fluidity when an animation of a paper shadow puppet show is more fluid than a lot of animes.
Bro, that tells you never lied on that one.
And we'll get through all that, but I just had to man.
Like it's crazy. So, all right, if you guys have been following along, Gemba kind of joined the team. So Simi joined the team maybe as a provisional member last episode. So it seemed like he might be joining. We're not sure. We got to go steal some stuff. So in this episode, of course, they continue with the thievery. And I must say that the way he joins the team, the way he begins to trust Tokiyuchi is like just, it's beautiful, man. Like he was about to straight leave him for dead. He was going to just be like, look, I'm gonna run because this dude can hear real well, and the other dude got big old eyeballs, so I'm gonna be out. But he said, nah, man, I'm gonna protect this man, even if he trying to betray me. I ain't betraying him, and it's beautiful to see. And then on top of that, when you see he doubles down on his loyalty to his new lord, because he remembers even his past, find a lord that you would serve without money. And this man comes correct, man. He faces the two, quote, old geezers, and he's like, yo, look, I'm gonna protect my lord. What you got? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit y'all with mad ninja skills, flipping out. Look, we need Ninja Sam up in here to give some props to the ninjutsu displayed here.
Since we are there, and you said the key word out of all of this, beautiful. The way the music changed, the way the perspective changed when Gimba decided. I guess Gimba said, "I'm gonna do my thing," and when they do that thing where they're doing artistic brain meld thing where you see what's his name, Suwa, not Suwa, but the guy who shoots the arrows good, are big eyes, and then you got big ears.
Big eyes, because I can't remember his name, but the big eye dude.
And they're looking up, and it's like that little. It's kind of like the little Looney Tunes touch where you think you shot Bugs Bunny, and he's down there looking up with you. Now I know that was just to say that they're just doing that to set the scene of his vision and how dope this was, and whatever was going through his mind. He's like, I'm gonna pull, like you say, he gonna pull the whole stop out. He started transforming. He started doing clones.
Yeah, it was
jumping around.
It was sweet. Like he was just jumping around him, jumping off of him, flipping. I mean, he was just toying with him, man.
He cut the bow. I mean, he probably could have killed him. I mean, but he's like, clearly he's not like. Well, I ain't gonna say we don't say kill people, but he's like probably a little bit messier to kill a governor. That ain't really the mission. But, just to do all that, he's like, I can't really get hit. I'm going to be fine. But let me just trick them. Oh, and also while I'm at it, somehow I set your stuff on fire.
Man.
And I love what he said. This is, God, you got to appreciate.
Say, bro, it was funny. The big-eyed response when he told them is like, yeah, I set your stuff on fire. And the governor looked and he was like, oh, no.
Yo, shout out to the dude playing the governor. That is like, y'all.
Because they were, I guess in the booth, they were like, all right, act like you super surprised and also feel extremely stupid at the same time.
You know who this when you said that, Mark, it kind of remind me of the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, I know, crazy. Also, and Boss Hog would always have these weird reactions. Now he's the villain; he'll kill you and that, but he's like, ah! It just be stuff like that.
They caught the illest L right here. I mean, and what is it? It's like Sadume or something like that. And Ichikawa. So the Ichikawa is the ear guy, and Sadume or Sadaume or whatever is the eyeball guy. So anyway, I thought they was laying up on each other a little bit too tight. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, they got to work together. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Back up off me. But I mean, hey, if you want to be up on them, that's your thing.
I mean, hey, whatever.
He was a little tight.
Lifestyle is, but at the same time,
it was a little tight up for me. I was like, yo, you can tell me from where you at. You ain't have to be like in my eyeball.
You know what they was? For me, they were uncomfortably comfortable with each other.
And I mean, hey,
I was like, you real close.
They like, we're combining our powers to make radar and night vision. So I mean, I'm not going.
I mean, look,
with our powers combined.
I worked on group projects and worked real close with coworkers before, but I ain't never hung all over. Like the level of that man was on top of that other man. I wasn't comfortable.
Homie's teeth was like 1 millimeter from his eyeball. Like it was like, yo, man, that's
it was the teeth of his ear. So it was just all one, again, artistic mind meld. It's just one way to put it.
Well, I mean, you cap it off with like Gimba, like jumping all around them, like jumping on their head, pulling their ponytails or their top knots, like smacking them on the arm. It's like dude's just toying them. It's what, the old geezers are Serbia, and Gimba is Steph Curry when he got hot. It's like,
yeah. So I mean, just that you can do about it.
Because people was talking in the early Olympics, people were like, Curry ain't doing nothing. I'm like, bruh, look, but when he get hot though, and when he got hot,
it was so funny because everyone was like, everybody who played on the team was like, Okay, y'all ain't got to wait on stuff. We gonna wait.
I'm gonna just say this. Side note with that one, the only reason why he wasn't hot at first, because he was shooting too close. Think about it. He's so good, he can't be too close to the rim.
Man, I
As soon as
can't
he
shoot
took
this
what
little 10-footer. I can't do
he
that.
took
No.
what about 2 full steps back, and his shot was golden for the last 2 games, like
Man,
on fire. Okay, shooters shoot and they adjust, and
but yeah,
Gimba
that's
adjusted. They
Gimba
tried to
came
adjust,
through. He set the field on fire. Had the birds going crazy. He was
bruh.
jumping all over
The
him. Then he's
fact
like, "Oh, by the way,
Say, bro,
your
hey,
headquarters is on
Gimba.
fire."
Hey, that was a heck of an application.
Yep.
the way that you're smart enough as a quote unquote good guy to be like, I don't actually have to steal this thing. I could just destroy it. And you're
Yeah.
gonna not only is gonna destroy it, it's gonna set you way back, buddy. Because, again, that pendulum swing both ways. Now I know
Yep.
nobody say it, but if you just been made kind of, a made man, and you done lost the poppy fields, whatever's in the fields, you done lost the warehouse, the royal decree I done gave your butt is
Yeah, you
missing.
lost it.
And now it's missing, it's destroyed. You can't reproduce it. So let's just say, and you got it, and I gave you the hookup.
The whole place
You
is burnt up.
You cannot go back to that lord and be like, oh yeah, man, I need another one. I had it stolen and destroyed. They might kill you right there in this type of, like, you can't say that it's missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you messed up. And he know he messed up. Cause look when they came back and the sewer was like, oh, you ain't got your degree, huh, playboy? You out here looking stupid, huh? Your fields burned up in the rice? Burned up, huh? You looking dumb, huh? Get up out of here before we beat you up, huh?
You
Like,
got some big
and they
old
laughed,
ass for nothing,
Shouts
huh?
to the boy Juvie.
like,
But like,
and they pointed and laughed at him because, like, you can't prove it.
also
Go-
Tokiyuki is so dope that even with a gash in his back, homie can do a no-look dodge of a super fast arrow coming straight for the back of his head.
Well, he's
You know
superhuman
what?
at this
What
point.
was also cool though, like you saw Gimba buy in because Gimba saw how quickly, like, he had the opportunity to betray the Lord and walk off, and the little Lord was still like, he was like, yo, you still holding me down, but I could have betrayed you. Why? He was like, oh man, look, I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a lot of fun with this, and like I could learn so much from you. And Gimba was like, let me hang around for this a little bit. You know what? It was Tokiyuki's integrity that kind of swung Gimba back to the side of the angels, or
I'm telling you.
rather probably made him fully commit. He was like, "Nah, this little dude is solid for real." Because he sure could have. He could have betrayed me when it looked like I was gonna betray him, and he's still here.
Could have easily ran.
I would be like I said, I don't think we're gonna hear from the governor for a little while because he lost. Like, he got to take care of his land, the little bit of land he can't take care of, while he trying to get swole and take up a whole region, and you getting your region set on fire.
Him and his boyfriend.
Hey,
Suwa was like, yeah.
I mean, his subordinate or his coworker. We don't know the situation.
Because he's the eyeball guy is lower in rank than the ear guy, right? I couldn't, because the way they kept going back and forth. I don't know who's
I thought
got the higher
ear
rank.
guy was lower. I thought ear guy was his number 2.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think they might be almost equal. Maybe he gets to move around something. Clearly, what's funny is I don't think neither one knows. But it's like, all right, you the governor, you here. Like, I kind of feel like eyeball guy would disappear first, and maybe rat guy would like come back. Like, if this was a video game, it's like, all right, I gotta head out. Like, I'll holler at you, playboy. Maybe we'll play. Maybe we'll get wine on Friday. I don't know their situation, but I feel like rat ear guy will disappear for a little while the governor stew in his loss, and he'll come back because they're not dead. And you got to do your thing. Now, will they be alive though? Depending on how
Good
the
question.
boss man, like the boss man is right now, he's super like when a villain knows they're a villain, or maybe they don't think they're a villain, but they winning and they are not pressed at all. When I say, transitional time to something I did not see come, this like
Bruh.
they had 2 segments in this episode alone.
Yeah, Takuchi.
That's movie quality, art mind melt thing. We had an event down here used to call Art Melt. I think they still have it. Actually, no, I don't think they had it this year. Either which way, called Art Melt. Literally, the mind is melting of art. When because I guess that was one of the princes or one of the heirs.
Because the emperor's son.
He knew. Hey, it's not. And they probably look. Let's just keep it real. That's what I like. That's what I'm glad they did this, because it takes some of the fantasy. It's questionable if the supernatural is really real, other than the future telling. Like, is this just perception? Is this really supernatural? It's not clear. But what is clear is the politics of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the shogunate, whatever. And he know that he's like, all right, I'm cold. I can kill a bunch of these dudes myself. My men are pretty good. And shout out to the heir. He ain't no punk. He's like, I'm about to stop this revolution. You ain't about to kill my daddy.
Yeah, because
I'm about to be a hero.
He knows. He's like, yo, look, this guy's ambition ain't stopping at that shogun.
Yeah, he wants to be the Lord Emperor of all of Japan, because it's easy. Why would you serve another emperor when you done got rid of a lower level emperor? Why stop there? And he's already installing his men who just became official men.
Bruh,
Eventually.
like they were talking about assassinating him and saying that he's so popular that it might not go the way you think, and it might not be the move to make to try to assassinate him. His popularity is overtaking has overtaken the country, or much of the country already.
Well, what was interesting is that he killed all those people, but it's like then all the people that came out the blue, like they're like, oh, they tried to assassinate him, and it's like, did they not see this revolution? Like this, they didn't even care about the heir. Think about that. Like, those look like regular people or lower level noblemen, right? You can't just stop. You cannot pass up the heir unless you're going to kill the heir. They didn't even care to touch the heir. How many times have you seen that in a shogunate in any type of media?
Bro was like, we don't care about you. We want to make sure that Takuchi is okay.
This is essentially a prince, and they just like, oh man, you're right hand. Like,
he be alright.
The governor, this whatever he is, or I don't know if he's a governor or he was like a prime minister or something. I don't know what his position would be considered, or general. I don't know. But or is he or did they make him a shogun? I guess they made him a shogun.
Yeah, I guess so, because
so he's a shogun.
Since he took over the other one, I guess he's a shogun as well.
So yeah,
but the way he went in there, I'm like, you know your daddy dead, right? Like your daddy is probably super dead.
I don't know if they're gonna kill the emperor right away. But then again, who's to say? They might come back.
Either that or your dad's about to be like a puppet for Takuchi.
Might be easier to make a puppet.
Yeah.
Or he just may not, or maybe he just like, or maybe it's like, let me get around to that after I win the hearts and minds of people. Because he's playing alone.
Dog, he is. Like, the fact that they overlooked the Lord, like, that's crazy, bro.
And
his surprise
he have
face
so much
when everybody
charm
was
and personality, like they have bought into him.
And if you could do that to a young, he looked like he's popular, he's good looking too, and all that, and make him irrelevant in his face, Oh, he done already won. Like
Yeah,
eventually, he's
he's
like, I can kill your daddy anytime. I can kill you.
like
But you
you
know,
had the little like I guess thoughts or ideas or a little vision of him being like carried by everybody, you know, him like smiling, people cheesing at him and stuff. Yeah, he can't be stopped right now.
and the
Like,
dude was just like, ooh, and it's like the aggression where his attackers was coming at him, and then as soon as he get near him, oop, oop, your head gone. Oh, oh, you died.
oh, excuse
Oh,
me.
That
Oh,
was
I'm so
funny,
sorry.
man. It was it
oh,
like that was something else. It's showing he's so cold with his weapon that like would be assassins ain't gonna they ain't gonna get to tell they ain't gonna get to tell the boss man how they feel.
he's so good. They didn't even show him really unsheath it. You just died.
Right. He just walked
Yeah.
by and people
It's
heads
He
like,
like
just laying
extended
down.
his sword and then it showed like this very artistic way of like his robe, like cutting all the heads off and stuff. It
y'all,
man,
ain't nothing.
he's gonna be a problem.
It's so beautiful that they can make Scrub's death an artistic choice. Like they're just like, you are irrelevant. This blade shall lop all your heads off in succession, and it shall be a cornucopia of red blood flowing gorgeously
Yeah,
down onto the
man.
ground.
So yeah, that was awesome. I guess lastly, the only thing I gotta say is like we got a brand new butt naked character, y'all. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got one more to add to the list. Everybody butt naked. Everybody got a butt naked character.
Yeah, everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
look, plenty of butt booty naked, bouncing around, jumping around.
Yeah, Gimba just
Gimba
out
got
there
it.
being free, boy.
Can't be giving no kid. This is why you don't give kids liquor, y'all. You
Yeah, you
just,
can't let he a little too free.
I
Like,
mean, bro, he put roaches and peed in somebody food to
yeah,
punish
that's true.
them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
hey,
So
he was bugging, man.
I think it doesn't matter at this point with him. No, all bets are off.
Mm,
So, but yeah, Gimba was dope. There is at least one other character that's coming. We know for a fact. The taller swordsman. And honestly, since the air was in the title and he's in the ending, I don't know if he becomes a part of. I don't think he becomes a part of that group. But I think if he lives, I think he'll help.
he probably ends up like,
If
yeah, he probably ends up getting them information or something like that.
but he might have to be on the run because he's in check. They can kill him with it. I mean, maybe he's good enough to protect against his lower level people. But if old boy comes near him, he's dead. You know. So I guess depends on what do you do with that. That anytime you go near old boy, your life is ended when he wants to end it. He can end your daddy anytime he wants to probably end it. He would
Mhm.
have to get somebody as some, I don't know, Jackie Chan or like whatever historical person the actor would play some great person, Jet Li in Warrior to fight him or something like that. You have to be somebody at that level. And I don't think that person exists right now.
Nah, the only thing that sort of worries me is that when he has to fight Tokiyuki, that they kind of dumb down his skills so that Tokiyuki wins. But I figure that'll probably be like 4 or 5 seasons from now, if not longer. So, you know,
Yeah,
I,
I think we up the road a little bit from when he's gonna
yeah,
fight Lord Tokiyuki, and I
I
think when
mean,
by the time he do, Tokiyuki gonna be cold too.
I don't think they'll dumb it down. I just think everybody will raise to a level. And also, again, main characters just don't die with their heads lopped off and they touch within a foot of the bad guy. That was art. That was art. It's just like they were scrubs. He cold, but the little young swordsmen. I mean, they've been studying their whole life and they gonna study some more. So
oh
you know,
yeah,
so it's like it's gonna take probably at least all of them and Sua to do something to stop him. Like it ain't gonna be no one. I don't think it's gonna be no one on one.
nah,
I tell you, bro, it was bonkers. Like all them people was coming at him, and he was. It was comical. He was like, "Oops, your head. What happened to your head? Oh no, your head is gone.
And honestly,
Oops,
I love
pardon me."
And even though this is a show that did not really spoil nothing in the say opening or the ending, it did give you a look into their personality. His person, I mean, he's the DJ goofing off at the end of the show, so that should tell you something. He ain't pressed at all.
Nah,
In season one, he's having fun.
Bruh,
So,
I ain't even gonna lie, bruh. I laughed so hard when they showed the scene with him talking to his master, and his master was like on his deathbed, like, look, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you would fight for the Lord without money, you better still take that damn money.
shout out to Gimba, the original Gimba, or whatever his dad's his
Right,
grandpa
right. He was like,
name.
you
Gimba
better still
Senior.
take that money. You always take the money. You never say no to the money.
Hey
I
man,
was like,
Gotta
that
take the
was
cheese, man.
hilarious.
you
Gotta
know
get the
what?
cash. Gotta get the dough.
Important lesson before we move on. Hey, you cannot work for exposure. Work for fair pay. Can't pay me in exposure, buddy.
Yeah, there are
Don't give
only a
me
few
opportunity.
people. There's only a few organizations or people that can actually kind of like pull that, that stunt of exposure and it actually mattering. But besides that, you're talking about maybe 1 to 2% of the actual, corporate entertainment landscape. Besides that, you need to get your dough.
Hey man, just know that Keith Cooper, and I am referring to myself in the third person like Gambit. Keith Cooper doesn't pay for fan tables. He paid to vend, baby. All right, we vend to win.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We ain't no tabling going on over here.
I don't know what that is.
We vending.
I'm at a table
we,
right
we
now.
making money.
I'm tabling right now, doing nothing. I'm
You know
talking
what
to
I'm
my friends, but I ain't making not $9.
We making
I'm
we
tabling.
making money in these streets. We ain't doing no sit down at a convention for a whole weekend and pretend like we ain't making no money. We ain't gonna do that.
Shout out to artists. If y'all hear this, we actually do love y'all. I mean, I know y'all probably heard. If y'all been consistently listening, we just want better for these situations out here in these nerdy streets, these nerdy and artistic streets. Like, don't beat up the little man and talking about their pockets, and then y'all giving free stuff to DC and Marvel and giving up ideas and then tear us up. I'm just saying, make it make sense.
True that.
Like, you help out the little man, you're gonna have a customer for life. Just some free advice, or don't care. I don't know. Y'all feel free to leave comments on that. But since
But anyway, we can go and move on. I'll leave Elusive because I know we gotta shoot. We gotta record for time. So I'll throw it to Coop since we ain't have no My Hero this week.
so you know what time it is, man.
What we got?
My other since other than Elusive, my number 2 favorite anime that's going on.
Oh yeah,
Some Oshi No Ko time.
that's right.
Episode 6.
The crazy people.
The crazy. Speaking of art and drama,
Yeah, we could call this Crazy in Love, the anime.
no, don't. That has nothing to do with that. Don't you dare insult Oshi No Ko. You gonna call it Oshi No Ko? I don't know what it means, but you gonna respect it. Crazy
All
love.
I know is these crazy people and
I
They are
like
crazy.
Beyonce. I don't know
reincarnated and trying to find who killed their mama or
It just
something.
don't
and
fit.
They acting and they in Hollywood and stuff and
I mean, they
doing
got
a
two
play.
crazy people in love
It,
with
it,
one
it,
dude.
it sounds like it fit pretty good.
Nah.
So
He
anyway,
crazy. They're crazy.
what's going on with that Oshi No Ko?
Oshi No Ko. All right. The good thing is that we are now. Speaking of animation, just framing and set work. The play is open, right? They done got all the behind the scenes drama done. It's on the actors to make this vision come to life. Play is opening. They animate it where it's like you're sitting in the middle, like you're there, and you see the opening and the 4D stage screen. So you have this immersion effect, even though it's animated and all that, you feel it. And then you see like on a different, like when a girl like jumps out of the blue, you'll see her like with a string attached to her. So you see some of the special effects, and then you're kind of emerged on the stage. So it starts with that.
It
So
really sounds like a Beyonce show. Hater. Anyway,
don't bring up no crazy. God, don't throw me off. Anyway, I saw Beyonce. This is a play, man. Anyway, God, don't make
Oh
me be like the
boy.
other people. Be like, you're now part of the satanic rituals. You Beyonce love
Oh man.
the weirdo.
man, I look. I'm gonna tell
Um,
you if you for any of you listeners, if y'all worried about Beyonce or Jay Z or anybody drinking your baby's bloods in this upcoming election,
Dub has,
please don't.
Mark
Please,
Dub has joined
please
the
stop.
Illuminati.
Please
Mark
stop.
Mark
Yo,
Dubinati.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it in real time, like in real life. I'm hearing people say these things. I'm like, are you okay?
I guess
Like,
anything's possible. I don't know.
when did they get to you, Mark? When did
Many
they
things
invite?
are possible.
When did they invited you to
I
the
mean, I
Illuminati?
guess they rich enough. Who knows? They might be in a basement with hoods on
I-
right now.
Oh, Coop, I showed Coop the Illuminati invitations. I got
Mark,
him. I got him on Instagram.
they had a black crow come down to him like his demon slayer and with a black envelope and say, "You are now in Dub. We own you."
Be
But yeah,
be here at sundown.
I just say
I
this:
mean,
if
hey,
I
I'm waiting on my Illuminati letter
if
to
I
come.
got joined
I'm
into
gonna show y'all how to
Illuminati,
stunt.
guess what? This gonna be exactly two things. Either you never go see me again, or you gonna see way too much of me,
And
and you gonna see
they gonna
me
be like,
stunt.
when did Coop and Mark join the cast of the Matrix? These brothers walking around in black
Nothing but
leather
black suits.
jackets
Looking like Jodeci from back in the
in
day.
August.
With shades. I'm gonna pull one shades down. I'm gonna have black shades on, and I'm gonna show you my Cartier frames. And I'm gonna pull down, and I'm gonna have my black frame. I'm gonna have 3 sets of glasses on. All right. Somehow you gonna see my eyes, and then my eyes gonna just be rolled up again and
Say,
covered.
bro,
It's
It's
gonna be
like-
like anime when the little flash goes across the frames like swing.
But it's gonna be
bro,
literal
I'm
glasses.
gonna really teach you how to stunt. I'm gonna teach you how to
Anyway.
stunt in anime.
Back to Oshi No Ko, man. For this foolishness. Back to the play. So what they did with this episode is something that you normally don't see side characters that you don't think are important get a deep dive in. But this is even though old boy got his thing going on, but they really kind of like pushed him to the side till he got to come back to it. So remember the character that said that he kind of like blocked this dude from hollering at some girls, particularly, Aqua's sister, and her friend. And he was like, bro, you only got here because of nepotism. You a scrub. I really got to grind out here. So the people who have issues with each other are like paired up in the play. So in the play, the dude who's real cocky and brash, which is funny, he plays like this, like a quiet, nebbish type who got skills and blah 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 and yada yada. And then the dude who is not that good, he has to play like an ogre, yada yada. So it's like juxtaposed against their real personalities in the play that's going on. But then you start seeing what's really going on in his mind. And you can kind of hear how people are responding to his acting. They be like, he got the physical part down, but I don't feel any emotion from him. And this is going on. Now, of course, actually, you wouldn't hear people in the audience. Maybe in a play you can. I don't know. So he's hearing it too, and he starts going through a flashback. And he's like, people didn't think and you get to see how life has been easy for him because he didn't have to work hard. He was always good looking and always this. And they even went deep where they was like, if I got this right, he was in middle school. Their middle school is like, goes longer than our middle school. So it'd been like 14 or 15. But apparently some older girl thought he was hot and had his way with him. And they just showed him that. So he lost his virginity a long time ago because he was just pretty. And he was popular and all this. And whatever this friend of whatever producer pushed for him, I
Poor
guess they
guy.
from the
I
same
just
region.
hate when that happens.
From the same region, so that he finally reached the point where his talent has he got to actually when he met Aqua bust his bubble last season and be like, "You are messing things up, blah blah. I'm gonna show you how to do it," because he was messing up the production a little bit by being with the big head. So he actually has worked hard. They show him like he had. You gonna like this, Mike? He started running every day. He's like, one thing an actor got to do, especially if you want to play, you got to have endurance. Like
Yup.
he's like, I run every single day. Said you ain't even if I can't get the acting down, I'm gonna have the physicality part down. So they kind of switch
Got
back.
to, man. Got to get the body right, man.
So
Got to get trained getting that hyperbolic chamber.
All right, enough with the hot bucket chime. But anyway, he was dope though. Like he was doing all the physical part, wasn't tired. Like he's literally rolling on the ground, getting hit, all this other stuff, and he like, what can I do that nobody else can do, and that can make me stand out? And of course, it was back to the physical chamber. Well, I guess when he got a hyperbolic chamber, he really, really worked on that. And you know who gave him advice? Aqua. He like came to Aqua is like, man, what I know you say you're not a big emotional person. Do you have any advice? Like what makes you draw it out? And Aqua is cold blooded, but he's good. He has good advice. He's very smart. He was like, look, man, we only got like so many days. Don't try to spend your time doing everything because you ain't gonna do it. But put all of your energy into that one thing that's gonna get you by. So
he said, in other words, he said, there's only so much time left in this crazy world.
Anyway,
I ain't gonna sing the rest.
But so the big fight scene is happening, and the dude who the good hero part of the play kicked the sword out of his hand. And of course, the mangaka, the creator, she and the other creator who he pissed off, they're both sitting by each side of each other. They're watching. And the sword is on the other side. He flips, does some weird spin kick thing to make the sword come into his hand. And she's like, I didn't think nobody could physically do what I wanted to bring to life, what I drew in the book. And he did it. Because he was studying the manga and he picked up on that and he did it. So he grabbed the sword. Now, of course, his character was to die. He's a big player, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't move on. But because of this, he made him stand out. It made when he died, he got a standing O. And then he went in the back. And then the dude who hated on him, he like, look, man, if you was going to improvise, you should tell me. And he dapped him down and gave him respect. But in the midst of that, we had another one of these mind-melding things that, just like Elusive did, you have to just watch it. And it was like, in his mind, he was like, I can sense like his acting powers grew, and he got it. He finally was able to learn how to connect with his character, because he realized, he's like, I had it so easy, I had it kind of easy, but I actually am pathetic. And his character was considered like pathetic or something, or just was like sorry and this and that, blah blah blah. And he understood it and he got it and he connected with that character. So all I have to say is, and that was the whole episode, like, art is winning this season in the summer. I didn't think it was gonna be this artistic tour of anime that we was gonna be taking. Y'all, episode 6 of Oshi No Ko is slightly below the artwork of Elusive Samurai. That is saying a lot.
Alright, okay.
But it's there. I'm like, bruh, mind melding. That is the theme tonight. I can't.
That's what's
have
up.
to watch it. I cannot do it justice to explain it, the whole little part. But that is the crux of it. And to see somebody who is really like, even though he has benefit from nepotism, he actually realized, oh, I can't just coast by anymore. I gotta really grind out here, and I need to do this to not disrespect my coworkers or my fellow actors, because they are very talented in this and this and blah blah blah. And I only got here because this producer believes in me. I need to prove him right, and he got his swan song. So I was a character who I absolutely hated last year, I love what he did. And I told y'all in group chat for us old heads, if you ever watched The Wire, Prez Maluki, terrible cop, but then comes back in season 3, season 4, a phenomenal teacher. You know what I'm saying? Something, if a series can take what you consider a clown and then make him matter, important, they are cooking at
There's
a
some good character
high.
work.
That is character. That is drawing me into a show. Where, and shout out to people talking about Tyler Perry. You don't like to get this from an animation. I can't get this from live action shows. You know what I'm saying? Like not even close in American. And I'm getting this from a subtitle anime of to show you what they can do and not take forever to do it to show like, okay, this is a full-fledged human being and this is why he matters. He's not the main character, but he's not irrelevant and he's a person. But he went out and grabbed it to work hard for it, and it wasn't just like magic. So it had logic, it had understanding, it had meaning. So dope.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear that. I like to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Props. I like to hear that.
Hey man, I know you was gonna like it. He said I run every day. He said I am not gonna not have the physicality part down. I'll be damned if I don't have that.
That's what it's all about, man. Every day that little baby step, always forward. You know what I'm saying?
And you know the title?
My man Pop said always forward. That's all I'm
You know
saying.
what the title of the episode was?
What?
Growth.
Yup. I just want my brothers to grow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying focus on that, on them proteins, them veggies. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that work, burning them calories, doing them push-ups, them squats. See my brothers grow. See them biceps.
I just want to see my brothers grow. See the fruit of the see the fruit of the work of the efforts, and for them to show. Wow, that did not come out the way I wanted it to, though.
So I did watch something else, but Mark, if you wanted to take it away, if you watch something.
Yeah, Mark, what you been watching?
I mean, pretty much same thing y'all been watching. Coop says that as he knows that I have also been keeping up with plus size elf.
All right, so you know what? It's been a while.
That
What's going on with plus size elf?
Well, most of it. Plus the size of elf. The cool thing about the show is, like, if you like mythical creatures, you get introduced to a new one every week. And I mean, the gag is they come to Earth. They must be coming and getting stuck in Louisiana, because they come and the food is so delicious that they eat so much that they don't meet the weight requirement to go back to their worlds. So the pro tag, he's a fitness guy, and he always gives them tips. Like they always have an issue like unique to their specific
like
monstrality. Yeah, I made that up. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll allow it.
I'm spectacular with the vernacular now, but that something that's always unique to that. Like he trained a dragon and a skeleton person this week.
Okay,
and,
all right,
I'm sorry.
And like
skeletons just gotta get some meat on their bones. That's all.
They literally zap meat on their bones and then say they fat. And the joke was like, she was like, "You can't tell. Oh, I got fat." It was like, "You a skeleton.
You're a skeleton. Of course we can't tell you got fat." But then she does zap some meat on her bones, and she ain't fat. She lovingly chunky.
She just needed to tone her back up.
But you know
these people, y'all got. I hate to interrupt. Me and Mark asked this question. We wonder about where the mind of the creator is going. It's like, it's kind of offensive to fat people, honestly, but it's also he loved chubby people. Like I kind of want to know where they going with like where their mind is at. But it also gives good information on exercises.
Yo,
It's
that's the
like,
funny thing. Like the trainer dude, when whenever he's addressing whatever the issue is, like he give real deal advice, like diet advice, workout advice, all kind
and
of
the
stuff.
lady and one of the ladies will actually do the exercise while he's discussing it. So it is very Japanese in its silliness. It's I don't know how else to put it. Like educational Japanese etchy style.
And I'll just say this: I just I just went to check and see what they with like the workouts and stuff. They think they slick with
Oh
this
well,
skeleton chick. They think they slick.
I mean,
They
you
think
see,
they real slick. That's all I'm gonna
Right,
say.
it
They
is
think they
right.
real
trash. It
slick.
is trash. Now. I mean,
Look,
come
look.
on
I'll say this: it is. If you are looking for egalitarian highbrow trash,
now.
this ain't it,
Not
bud.
highbrow trash.
This is low level.
This ain't it. But
This
this
is fan service.
and it's fun.
It is
It's
fun.
mature. It is for
Yes.
grown-ups. It is
Oh
not
yeah,
for children.
this ain't for the kids.
Please don't
Cause
let.
they cause
This ain't even for the preteens.
cause I don't even watch this show. I just clicked on this for 2 seconds to see what like the workouts was or whatever. And this is
Mike, Mike, like, all
they
right.
think they slick on this.
Mike
They,
clicked on it. That's enough. Like, yeah,
I'm like, nah, this ain't for me. But they know.
bruh.
Yeah,
I would just say this:
they
each
think they slick on that.
episode has been 12 minutes since the first episode. I don't know why it's short. That's just, like whatever reason. They fit a lot of R-ratedness in them 12 minutes.
Yeah, this is
Hey, and
definitely
you know
not for the
what? And
kids.
they do a lot of exposition in it. I mean, they tell the story every time. It is entertaining, non-highbrow, non-egalitarian
No, not
trash.
highbrow at all. Not at all.
It is lowbrow. They
Nah,
reach for
hey.
low-hanging fruit.
Oh yeah, they sure enough do.
Speaking of
And
which,
I only watched 20 seconds of this.
can I swing in and join you on the trash pile with something I just watched?
Uh oh, he got more trash for us, y'all. What you got?
More
It's
trash for
this
your
is
ass.
it's lowbrow, but it's high quality in some parts. Um,
Okay.
I binged all 3 seasons. It's actually been out since 2016, but for some reason it comes every so often. But you know that's like the business of anime. Some anime take 10-year breaks, so I guess they doing pretty good. KonoSuba.
Hey, you know what? It's sweet for people like me because I can come in at tail end and not having been waiting since 2016 and just
Yeah,
watch it all and be like, wow,
I
that really was good, cool.
well I got to do it too. Like I have not watched it. I've heard of it. KonoSuba. I don't know what KonoSuba means, but to sum it up, and this time the good thing is I got it's all if you can find it. I think it's on Crunchyroll. Season 1 is on Netflix, so it's one of those things where Netflix got just season 1 of it, then it went elsewhere, and then they have like a spinoff of one of the characters. It's all in dub, so I like the dub. You know, I am not again when I like I said when I can get it something in dub, and if the dub ain't just like absolute dog trash, and it fits the vibe of the characters, basically kind of like the Spy Family problem or Spy Family thing. This is kind of like a fantasy world. It's not really perpendicular to just being European, but really it is. So English fits really well, and you can kind of tell like it's not completely terrible, but they kind of ad lib a little bit. I love it, man. Kazuma Sato, he died. He was a nerd who otaku nerd, lonely neat, if you will, just kind of a shut in. And you know, he got this. It's basically it's an isekai, but it's kind of like a isekai before the whole isekai boom. It knew how to make fun of itself as an isekai before doing all the isekai garbage. So you know, like you don't even worry that you're in another world. It's really funny. It's hilarious. The dude died from a heart attack. He thought he got hit by a truck con. He died because he thought he pushed the girl out the way to be a hero, and he didn't. and the goddess who was to ferry his life onto the other side laughed at him. Her name is also Aqua. She's a water goddess. Their interactions are hilarious, and she turns out to be she's trashy, lazy, funny, but she's not necessarily terrible. So it's like, what is your wish? You get to bring one thing, blah blah blah, to the next world that we're sending people. And he's like, oh, I wish for you to come with me. And she was like, what? But the higher ups or whatever the gods was like, oh, wish granted. So you're going with
Oh
them.
snap!
And they already replaced her with her lower person. So it's funny, like everybody likes her as a goddess, and nobody really knows she's a god of this world. But that just kind of sets up the thing. They got to join a guild to go be warriors. It's kind of almost like, I ain't gonna say Seinfeld. Like instead of like they're going on this adventure, but not quite. They really stay in one city, but the stuff kind of happens around them. I'm trying to, you know what? You know how people describe it as? If Sunny, what is it? Sunny in Philadelphia was set in a fantasy world.
Hmm.
Like shit ensues. Excuse my language. And they deal with it, and they do have to kill. The goal is to kill the demon lord or whatever. Blah blah blah. Kill his generals. But everybody got weird hang-ups. Of course, he's kind of a lech, if you will. He has a power called steal. He learns how to deal, do things. Some reason he only steals women panties at times. They play it up for laughs. Folks, this was created in
Mm,
2016,
mm,
so this
mm.
doesn't this isn't as
Panty Raider.
smooth to start off with. But they meet another crazy wizard. She's extremely powerful, but of course, everybody has their hangups. She's only into explosion magic, and she just wants to blow up stuff every single day. Her catch is once she uses her magic, she can't move after until she recovers. So that's
Mhm.
played up for laughs. Then you have a crusader who's powerful. She's strong. She carries a sword. She has terrible aim with her sword, but she can use her body as a shield. Blah blah blah. And she's a Macasus or whatever how you say it. She's into pain, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Um,
masochist.
Macasus, yeah. So there's that. So it's just like they all play up on each other. They're all stupid to each other, but they have to go earn money to eventually get better and build up skills to be able to defeat the demon lord. And sometimes he will die. Luckily, the goddess he brought with him, she can revive him. It is stupid. Oh, I love it. I look. I heard of it, and I saw KonoSuba. Like I saw kind of like the I guess you could say the ad when they doing this little goofy dance. And I was like, what is this? And I never paid it no mind. Now that I know that was kind of like the dance for season 2, I get it now. I totally get this anime. I love this anime. If you ever watch Vox Machina, it's not nowhere near as say dirty as that. But it's kind of in that screwball. These are some dumbasses who do some adventures for money. That's the best way I can describe it. It's hilarious. With a lot of goofy anime tropes, but it's animated very well though. Like it
Okay,
has some
okay.
C. You can see at times when there is some C plus animation, but it's done on purpose. And shout out to Mother's Basement. He mentioned this. This is how they will stretch the joke or the stretch animation. If somebody, let's say something like they're eating food or drinking wine, or they say something stupid to a waiter, they'll stop the animation so the waiter can just look at them stupid, and they'll hold that frame to stretch time, but it plays into the joke, into the timing. Comedic timing on the show is excellent. Like
All
beyond
right.
just
How do you spell this one? I'm gonna see. Well, it's isekai, but I'll see. How do you spell this?
Kono KonoSuba. Yeah, KonoSuba.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Don't
Yeah.
I would not watch it with the kid. You don't some well, nah, I don't watch the kid. I showed Mark some one of the scenes. Let's just say one episode, they go he and some other guys there's actually a succubus parlor in town,
Doing
and
wrong.
they so that whole episode right there gives season one is that alone gives season one its rating. I promise you. Like, you know, this how we talked about plus size elf. Well, they put animation into that episode, into that scene, and you know their whole job. Of course, y'all know how succubus work. They're give them a little energy. They're supposed to give all the guys in their sweet dreams so they can relax.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they say, because it's 2016 when it's made, some of that ish would not fly right now. So I just do want to give a warning. Some of the jokes are a little crass, just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge, because 2016. I know we say that about stuff past. So I'm just saying I understand why that may not like. It's not like Raisin where it's just like, oh god, they beat me over the head with it, with the terrible parts. But Kazuma has some. He got some issues, but he has some. But he has a good side to him too as well. They all got issues, just plain and simple. And it's funny that all of the ladies play kind of represent what side of him, some of his bad sides, but they all work together. Like he might be seen as greedy and lazy, money hungry. That's when he works well with Aqua, the goddess, because she loves expensive things. She loves getting drunk. She loves spending money. Has no concept of money. Doesn't care. The little explosion freak. They kind of just they're close. She's I think the closest to him in age. Maybe she's like 2 or 3 years younger than him. She kind of likes him, but they kind of have like this. They're just I don't know, close in age, and the way they play each other. I forgot. She's kind of an otaku in a way because she's just obsessed with being this grand wizard, but she only will use explosion. You can't tell her nothing, but she wants to get better and better. Just all her points. Like you say, you playing a video game, and then literally they have cards for their skill points. Let's just say you put all your points in just maximum strength. So you can't walk. All you can do is swing on people and knock them through walls, and you want to be better every day at knocking somebody through a wall. That's her. Then
Have goals.
then the Crusader lady really represents his lecherous side in a bad way. She's way freakier than him. So all of this stew works together, and they clown on him. They crack on each other. I love it, man. Like they got a fan in me. If they keep this show going, I'm gonna watch it in real time next time. I will not miss KonoSuba going forward.
All right, cool. I got one I'll add. I know we getting long, but I got one I'll add. Because it's nice to get something new and sort of, I guess you could say, bridging the gap between the movie that we got and this is supposed to bridge the gap between a movie that we already got and the next movie, which is Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That dropped on Paramount Plus, and it is not only bridging the gap but giving us an idea of the turtles separate from one another. Each one goes on their own little mission by themselves, but it's being told by Leo in a way of a comic book that he's drawing, like while he's kind of passing the time. So the way it plays out, you don't know if this is something that's really happening or not at the time. Like if this is something that he's like recounting, or if this is something that he's just imagining. But the Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the art style is more of a hand-drawn look, but it still has a similar character design style of the CGI film Mutant Mayhem. There are some cool fight scenes. Most of it is kind of comedic driven, but the comedy is, in my opinion, kind of in line with Ninja Turtle stuff and Mutant Mayhem. So I got some chuckles out of it. It's okay for the kids, and it is kind of interesting to see each turtle put in their own situation where they have to think about how to overcome a specific problem without having their brothers there. So I think that's kind of cool to watch. It's a nice little thing to have in the middle. It's not my favorite Turtles media, but as a supportive media to the last movie and the next movie, I think it's actually kind of cool. It's good to hear the voices come back.
Yeah, they got the
Um,
same actors from the movie.
yeah, it's good to have the voices come back. And once again, like the comedy is cool, so I'm there for it. I enjoy it. I haven't watched all of it. I think it's 12 episodes. I've watched about 6 or 7. But it's fun. It's a fun watch. And you can kind of just like enjoy it for the comedy side without, of course, without getting the movie level quality CGI animation. But I do like the way they kind of styled the hand drawn stuff. So
I was just
peep that out.
telling
Shouts to Paramount Plus for doing a little something.
how much I
Shouts to them.
loved that movie last summer, last August, and how pleasantly surprised I was. It's one of the few movies in the past year that I saw twice in the theater.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I really
I
loved it.
got love for this one. This one is pretty cool.
And also, again, was I was telling Mark, old turtle heads, y'all. The Turtles has its own multiverse. There's several turtles. You can play the turtles with the 1987 voices. Let new kids have their new turtles, and don't be
Yeah,
all.
like because Turtles has like 10 animated series now. I know they got a lot. So
Like
you have enough to
they
choose
just
from.
crossed. Like you can rewatch those episodes, rewatch those series. Also, don't be mad and yelling DEI because 2 of the voice actors are black. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
You
Like,
know how they
knock
do.
that.
They can't. You know how they do. They can't wait to show their racism.
Even
So
though Shredder was always black,
the
shout out to
anti-blackness is always real.
shout out to Uncle Phil. You know, and newsflash, April was based on one of the creators' ex-wife who was a black woman. This is fact, absolute fact. April was never supposed to be white from the beginning. The people changed that to sell it to you folks who are complaining out there.
She was based off. Was it Peter Laird's
Yes,
wife? I think so.
she might be biracial, if you will, if you want to get down to it, but she's black. She had the whole curly hair, 80s style, everything. April is a black woman.
'Cause I'm gonna keep it real. Honestly, even though I came up with the first original series, my favorite Turtles might be Rise first, and then after Rise, the series that was like just before Rise. And I know to a lot of old Turtle heads, that's blasphemous. But I'm gonna just keep it real. I like the art on that better.
Are you talking about like Rise where they were like they have the pupils? Or are you talking about like the goofy ones where the black April had like the pigtails?
The Black April, but she's slim.
Yeah.
That's the one I enjoyed. The art on that, and then the movie they had on Netflix was dope. Like, I enjoyed that. I know a lot of people didn't. I thought it was cool.
I mean, that's the beauty of the Turtles. You have several different art styles, creatives, and voice on it. That you got something like how many IPs get to do that other than Batman, Superman, barely Superman these days. Superman lucky he back. Like he lucky he got his glow up. Batman is Batman. He gonna be in the 40s. Batman gonna be in the future. Batman gonna be in the past, beating up ninjas, beating up young kids, beating up reporters who talk about his mama. Batman is for so he gonna be in every animated iteration of himself.
Okay, so I just checked. Turtles has 1, 2. So they only had 5 animated series. I don't know why it seems like there were more than that.
I feel like it's at least 7, but I don't know.
All right, so they had 5 animated series. They had 2 animated films. No, 3, because the one on Netflix, but 2 that actually came out in the theaters. But dang, only 5? I could have.
So only
If
5
you asked
animated,
me,
so they're
if you put a
87.
gun to my head, I'd be like, yeah, they had like 8 or 9 animated series.
15
Still.
animated series.
5 is good though. Like
Yeah, 5 is good.
5 is pretty damn good, And they they have a distinct look and everything. So I just wanted to, throw that out there. Cause some people just be losing their minds and can't even scroll for video game things reviews without somebody no DEI. Act like it's a disease.
Well, I
Like
mean, it's kind of like what's his name? The guy who was the advisor to Richard Nixon. He told him you can't say, the N-word. So instead of saying that, you have to say other things. So basically, that's what they say. They have to say DEI, or they have to say ghetto, or they have to say welfare, or they have to say urban. But what they're really saying is what they're really saying.
and
They're-
and I'll say this.
when they say
throw it
affirmative
out,
action, what they're really saying is
they
what
definitely
they're
hate
really
on
saying.
us. They hate on women. They definitely hate on black women. They hate on us. They hate on black men. They hate on black people. They hate on people who they do not deem worthy overall. And just talking about DI, like, oh my goodness. It's like sometimes y'all, I actually don't look for the comments. I actually don't want to look at this stuff. I actually want
You're
to
like, I don't
mind
even
my
want to see it.
business and enjoy nerdy things without people crying from the peanut gallery. I be trying. Sometimes I really do try to avoid it, y'all. Sometimes you cannot avoid it.
Like, y'all don't be letting me live.
Like I just want to see a review on a Bathor and play this like weird Conan the Barbarian video game. And this dude, a video game with no DI in it. And first of all, what I told you, Mark, clearly he ain't watched Grace Jones in Conan the Barbarian, running around half naked beating up people. I mean,
It's
like,
no DAI. It's like, all right, bro.
Like, hey, and Will Chamberlain. Like since
seriously,
Yep.
Conan 2, been black barbarian.
Beast Master with James Amos, running around beating up people with a stick. Hell, even what's his name? Who do all the voices? Was in Robin Hood, beating up people with a stick. as what his name? Leonard Morgan Freeman. He was in Robin Hood.
Yeah. What
with,
is it?
Kevin Costner, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, Prince of Thieves. That's what it was.
So I'm just saying, we clearly the people want actors who are legit black. For y'all out there questioning people's heritage, run around beating up people and been in these movies forever.
Yeah.
Video game people. Ooh, no DEI or I'll melt.
Not no DEI or I'll melt.
Snowflakes.
I'm melting.
Oh God. A black woman with a stick popped up in the video game and she can do flips. But yet people play Street Fighter. A whole game where nobody is regular, a few people is regular white. You notice that? How that don't bother them?
They be trying hard to get their blonde characters in there though. They be trying hard. People got mad because there was like one black girl in the joint. But
I'm just saying, when you look at it, DJ black. You got a lot of Asian folk. You got Kim, she black. They got every Asian. Now we know how some folk who are non-blacks get down and how they feel about us. They ain't blind. I'm just saying to the snowflakes. You literally playing one of the all-time games that only have Gao, Cammy, who else? I know they might look a little European. Ken is half white in the game. Like that's lore, I think. So who else?
So what y'all really want?
And what's his name? I'm gonna say Vega, but you know what I'm saying. He's
And,
What,
he's
Sagat, Vega?
well Vega,
Was.
or excuse me, what's his? Yeah, Vega. I mean, he's Spanish white, if you will.
Spicy white.
Blanca is Blanca is an animal, at this point.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, like they're talking about DEI. You have a whole one of the most sellingest video games of all time, or one of the most popular fighting games. Clearly, people pop up in the game. You know what I'm saying? Same with Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, I don't get the basis, because it's like now y'all see us, but it's like, oh, it passed a certain limit. It was introduced years ago. It's okay, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how they mind work. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
Y'all don't make no sense.
You know what? That's where we're going to end. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna go in and reel it in. I'm gonna throw it to Mark Dub. Final thoughts, and where can they find you?
Final thoughts. Hey y'all, Elusive Samurai is multiple levels of pretty, as well as like it's a great story. Lord Tokiyuki, you gotta love him. He a real one. He's a character after my own heart. I think he's gonna be beloved to me like Tanjiro, because he kind of reminds me of him. With his nobility and his sense of fairness and integrity.
That's what's up.
I love that character. Anyway, also, like I said, if you were grown up and you can watch it and don't have people peering over your shoulder.
Oh, please don't.
Watch
Hold on.
Crucial Size Elephant.
Be at your home. In the
look,
dark.
Yeah, look,
Not at your home in the dark.
Can't nobody else be watching while you watching.
If you ashamed of anime, this is not the one to get caught watching.
Yeah, this is it.
This is not it.
And y'all, I eagerly await our next installment of My Hero.
Oh yes.
I'm Mark Dub. Mark Dub on IG, Mark Dub 44 on X, Twitter X, and Mark Dub in real life. So just look for Mark Dub in these streets. Cracking jokes and smoking Gouda.
Not the Gouda though. But alright, Coop. Yo, what you got, man? Final thoughts, what's on your mind?
Again, y'all, this has been an artistic buffet for these two series. I really want these gentlemen to watch Oshi No Ko. Even if you don't, just start at season 2. Don't worry about it. I'll explain the weirdness of season 1. I just want y'all to see some of this stuff. I really do. If anybody else out there watch it, I hope y'all enjoying it as much as I am. Again, shout out to KonoSuba. I have been missing. Shout out to Jeff from My Mother's Basement. I love his breakdown of it. Got me to watch it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I love what he do. He's really out here getting people into all type of anime. Shout out to him. Just I guess some quick things. Shout out, non-anime animation things. D23. We getting the Incredibles 3. We getting a Zootopia 2. I am very happy about that information. Now, when will we see those two movies? Will we see them before Blade though?
Ooh, snap.
Probably. I bet you we see Incredibles. Well, I don't know. They still got Blade on the calendar for 2026, 25, November.
We ain't never gonna see no
That's
Blade. We ain't never gonna see that.
I don't think we gonna see Blade in November next year. I don't believe it. I don't even want it if it comes that fast.
And why do we want it in November anyway? Don't we want it like just before Halloween? Like, man, just go ahead. Go and finish your thoughts.
I'm sorry, bro.
Just gonna make me sad.
You ain't never gonna see Blade.
Marvel does not care about black people. All right.
Okay. Man, look, at this point, since this anime, she might as well just go watch the Blade anime. I never actually finished it. I finished some of it. The design.
It was alright.
I mean,
that's when they did all those Marvel animes that were they were interesting.
Bug-eyed look, and they was slim, and everybody was tall.
all the women's sternum
Yeah,
was
like
like
Wolverine had an anime, X-Men had an anime. It
different,
wasn't
man.
my favorite time.
I watched the Iron Man one. I think I never finished it
The
either. It was
Iron
just,
Man one was like,
it was
you
a
know
little
what? I
crazy.
might give some credence. There's one with Black Widow and the Punisher. But that's just because Frank don't play.
Honestly, I don't know what deal they did. I say bring back seasons, man. Bring back the Marvel anime. Marvel is all y'all can look it up. Marvel has always had some medallions in Japan, like especially comics. In fact, I got check out Spider-Man Fake Red. I got a couple issues of that coming. It's about like I think a Japanese kid took over the mantle of Spider-Man to pretend to try to do something with Carnage. They just did it, just like, all right, we're gonna make this story, we're gonna make it a manga. It's like, all right, and there's Deadpool Samurai. I got that manga as well too. So keep it going, Marvel. I don't know what to tell you, and I just await here lonely for the release date of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Speaking of animated things, so that's what I'm looking forward to, y'all. I wait for My Hero to come back. I think Olympics had something to do with kind of delaying it, which makes sense. If you got people tuned in greatly to that, you probably ain't gonna why waste your content with something like the Olympics can knock you off greatly in like Asia. So I get that totally. So that just means more Hero gonna last longer in the season. Um, so I'm Keith Cooper. You can check me at blurred.ish on IG. On Threads as well. You can go to the Blurtish page on Facebook. I'm Keith Cooper on Facebook. Hit me up only if you are sane. If you are not, leave me the hell alone. Easily. And my next event again will be at Elfham Anime Nights, Elfham Tattoo Parlor. Y'all can see me advertise on it on the IG and other places, but definitely on IG. And I should be in a month at Anime Conclave on September 15th. I'm only going to do one day. Shout out to them if y'all listening. They've been very flexible with my situation. I was like, hey, I can only come one day. What can we do? Cons, I know most big cons don't give a damn. Small cons or new cons, yo, learn from these guys. Learn to answer emails. Learn to have thoughtful question answers. Yo, you will have a supporter in me as long as I can and afford you, or till you make me a guest and I can table. But
Oh
anyway,
boy.
that's where you can find me, and you'll see me at those events.
Hi, that's what's up. That's what's up. Where do you plan to drop your new mixtape, my brother? No, I'm just playing. Yo, Coop, don't be mad. Coop is multifaceted.
That's Mark, man. I look, but then again, I don't know. Look, like what boy said in Black Panther. Yo, get my mixtape. I bet you,
Gotta get a mixtape.
got to get the bird Falcon in the Illuminati so he can be paid.
At least get a little bit of money. Can't even fix a boot. But anyway, go. Oh man, I don't know. What do I have any final thoughts? I don't know. You know what? Instead of final thoughts, I'll say this. Thank you for coming. God bless. Good night.
Watch plus size L.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.